蓊蓊郁郁，一望无际。全球不同角落皆有丛林，唯独南美亚马逊与众不同。放眼亿万棵树，并非从土壤拔地而起，绝大部分泡在水里。巨大生命宝库里，不论动植物，共同的母亲是这条源远流长的亚马逊河。上千支流如同迷宫，汇集至赤道以南的主动脉，远眺河道最宽处超过10公里，就像置身汪洋大海。不过水面大多数时间安安静静。
So the two rivers meet here, and they don't mix completely because of the two difference of color, speed, temperature, and density.
亚马逊河最经典一幕是这黑水黄浪，因为成分差异大，彼此互不相容。巴西境内的亚马逊雨林就属北部最原始。自古以来没有公路，直到为了运输矿产和木材，交通建设才逐渐兴起。不过，断掉的大桥、毁坏的泥泞道路，都来自于自然环境遭破坏的反作用力。
We have more problem with deforestation, so people that cut trees and take the trees away from the forest, so lose a lot of forest there, and illegal mining. Deforestation, you cut trees and take them away, you decrease even more the quality of this soil.And it gets harder to recover the forest.
一大片泡水的雨林难以被大面积焚毁，但光砍树及非法挖矿同样重创环境，导致土地丧失自愈能力，连带更大规模的碳及水循环都因此失序。广袤的亚马逊雨林孕育了超过300万物种，是地表上生物多样性最丰富的地方。生命力能如此强大，关键在于温暖潮湿的环境之中，植物蒸发了大量水蒸气，成为南美洲水循环的主要动力。但随着雨林面积迅速被破坏，不仅造成森林消失，也导致雨量减少。科学家警告，若是情况持续恶化，在更干燥的条件之下，将导致现存的热带雨林逐渐退化成为热带草原。雨林长期惨遭毒手，消失的不止种树之林，连降雨也开始缺席，影响范围超越整座亚马逊。
Of course, depending on the levels, I think maybe that can happen one day. But what I know is that some patches of the forest, they tend to become savannas. So they tend to become a drier place that can sink much less carbon.
眼前壮阔美景宛如仙境，但这并非高山云雾。海拔不到100公尺的亚马逊北部，这是雨林特有的飞河，如同飞旋空中一条流动的河。
For example, if you go to the forest here, you're going to see them a lot. It's the process that the trees, they are cycling the water and making all this water cycling that you can see is like rivers in there. But if you cut the forest, the grass or the soil or anything you plant there, they don't have this capacity to evaporate and to gather water.
雨林大量树木透过蒸散作用，将水转化成蒸汽，在低空形成一条会流动的飞河，透过地形抬升，再凝结成水，化为降雨。一系列循环跨越国界，不论向南向北，带动全球性气候，也就是系统性降雨。 但随着雨林面积大量减少，也就导致极端天气异常干旱。一旦亚马逊水汽减少，北至哥伦比亚、南至智利、阿根廷都会因此引发干旱，再导致跨国性大豆、玉米等农产欠收。
Usually the water level for the last 100 years goes about 12 to 13 meters up and down. That's normal. But for the last 15 years, it has been some change for about more half meter or 40 centimeters more than the normal.
科学家观察发现，短短30年内，巴西亚马逊已经失去了15%的地表淡水。不过，雨林却不止饱受缺水之苦，极端天气的另一面也让短时间内雨量过度集中，造成致命危机。
Now is the dry season, but it's already beginning the rain. With the rain, it's so a lot of rain that this here will be about 10 meters up. Wow. So the water will be close to the canopy of these trees here.
沿河两侧持续不退的泛滥，雨季时水位上升，但近年来高度极限不断破纪录。
If the water level is more than the normal, then it would be flood more 1 month. And more 1 month will stress this little tree.
Like no sunlight.
No sunlight, no oxygen. And the tree, when the water recedes, will completely die.
雨量失控，越来越极端，导致亚马逊河水位雨季过高，旱季太低，不止植物元气大伤，众多动物也可能失去生机。
That's the 3 main reasons for feeding, protection, and reproduction of the species. So this is where they lay the egg and have their baby and the high water. That's the importance of the flooded forest for the ecosystem.
亚马逊环境恶劣，被视为人类禁区。河中巨大淡水鱼长期演化下，可以跳出水面高达2公尺，有能力捕食鸟类、昆虫，甚至跳上岸产卵、吃果实，穿梭树冠层，形成特殊水陆两栖世界。
It don't fall directly to the soil. It lose energy in the leaves, lose energy in the leader fall, in the roots. When it arrives there, it keeps there. It don't wash it really fast. So we have a process that maintains the physical and chemical quality of the soil.
少了植被缓冲，更极端的雨量和雨势强力冲击土壤，除了严重流失，里头养分有机物持续减少，使得土壤更贫瘠，持续恶性循环。
The roots come very superficial on the top of the soil to grab the material here. The leaves, the branch that falls here.
So the nutrition and all the good things only on the top.
It's all here on the top. There's almost nothing down there. Half meter down there, you don't find any minerals.
在雨林生长超过几十年的大树，底部树根不会深入地下，因为在土壤表层才能吸收到养分。一场普通的暴风雨就足以将它连根拔起。树木间还有许多附生植物，和寄生植物不同，它们不钻进枝干，根茎不触及地面，只是简单依附，演化出从空气中吸收养分的能力。
In the center point, you have the strongest effect. But if you're gonna buffer that, it's like those waves and you threw a stone in the water that you have the circles that is gonna bigger and bigger and bigger. So if you're thinking about the global within the entire, it's one system.
连生命力最强的亚马逊都不敌人类，沦为毁林重灾区，更何况森林、草原、其他所有绿地。
The forests act as like an air conditioner of the environment, can regulate the climate in a very large scale, in a continental scale. And this process, it can help the climate in all the world.
当万物天堂风云变色，地球之肺缓缓窒息，碳水两大循环失序恶化，再重创环境，自体免疫修复力，一道道小伤口足以殃及全球。